Hello and welcome to Bloomberg. Quint, Agam and I are here to wrap the markets for you. Not a very good ending to the week that was for the Indian markets. The Nifty continued to trade with a negative bias throughout the session and however recovered from the day's intraday lows, but yet ended just short of the 8700 mark. So 8697 is where the Nifty ended for the week. So this was the third straight session of consolidation and losses for the benchmark index. But having said that, the Nifty has gained about 1% this week, given the 1.5% gains that we saw on Monday itself before the RBI credit policy run up that the index had seen. But and also in response to that, the 10-year benchmark yields have fallen about 8 basis points this week, so 8.5 basis points this week. But Agam, what has been the fund flows trend this week?
So for this week, we have seen an inflow of around 1600 crores, and this has been better than expected. Of course, do remember that we also had the RBI policy, and a lot of these fund flows have come after the RBI policy announcement of 25 basis points rate cut. Other than that, there is an understanding in the market right now, according to a lot of participants out there, who think that the current valuations in the markets are slightly above the earnings. So given the fact that we are going to the second quarterly earnings right now, a lot will depend on the sort of commentary we get from the management, as well as the growth rates in the bottom line, which will determine the direction of the markets. And of course, this coming week is going to be important. Now, we do have a couple of holidays there, but we also have some very important earnings coming in from the likes of TCS, Infosys, as well as IndusInd Bank, and which will give you an idea of the kind of earnings we can expect. But these are some of the things that a lot of traders and investors, for that matter, will keep in mind going into next week.
Agam, where's the volatility index? How has that been doing today?
Well, it's actually not been doing much throughout the week, and today is not any different. So you can see, as far as the range is concerned, based on the maximum open interest, that continues to remain within the 8600 on the downside and 9000 on the upper side. What's really happened in today's option market? Let's take a look. We have seen some amount of unwinding in the 9000 call, and on the other hand, a lot more writing in some of the other calls, as you can see. Well, it's been a relatively quiet day when it comes to options activities, and it's just the 8600 put where we've seen further writing. So I would say that we've hardly seen any activity based on the kind of trading in options, and the premiums do not tell you enough, and that's also reflected in the lack of movements in your volatility index. So that's as far as the options market goes. What are we looking at when it comes to gainers and losers in the Nifty today, Shraddha?
Okay, when it comes to the Nifty movers, we actually had the Tata Group stocks, Tata Steel and Tata Motors doing very, very well, both gaining as much as 4%. Now remember, these are also the two companies which are have the maximum exposure to UK, and that is the British pound. And this was the reaction that we saw after the pound saw a flash crash earlier today. So that was as far as the top gainers are concerned. Of course, we also had Z Entertainment, you had Bajaj Auto, Tata Power among some of the other gainers. On the losing end, you had IT heavyweights like Infosys and TCS, and even something like a HDFC, which was bearing or weighing down on the index. That apart, you had media and metal sector stocks which were doing really well. The Nifty metal index was up this entire week, and the Nifty PSU index has risen about 0.7% versus banks, 2% versus the bank Nifty's gain of about 0.6%, and that's as far as all your large caps are concerned. But Agam, there were more interesting trends in the mid caps.
Yes, certainly different, newer ones. So we have the paper stocks which have done very well today, and among them we have International Paper, which has gained 9.4%. We also have Ballarpur Industries, which has gained around 5%. Other than that, we have some of the broadcasting companies who have also done well. We have Sun TV Network gaining 7.4%. TV Today Network also gaining around 4.2%, and among some of the consumer names, it's Quality as well as JK Cement also doing well in today's year of trade. With respect to the losers, there weren't too many. We have seen some weakness in Orient Cement, declining by as much as 6.7%, followed by Info Edge India, as well as 8K Miles Software and Phoenix Mills, losing anywhere between 4 to 5%. But on the whole, the momentum, at least in the broader markets, lied with the gainers. And of course, we've had a good response to Endurance Technologies as an IPO, it's been oversubscribed today.
That's correct, Agam. The final day subscription, of course, till 3 p.m. stands at 33 times. Imagine we were really looking at less than, it was not even fully subscribed on day 2, and today this is the response that we've seen. But this has been mainly HNI and QIB driven. The retail investor portion also again subscribed about 1.5 times, but it's actually driven by these HNIs and institutional investors. That apart, South Indian Bank lost close to 4% on the back of Q2 numbers. So asset quality remains stable on a sequential basis, but some profit booking probably that came in post the recent run up that the stock had seen this week. And as you said, it's the results and the earnings which will actually set the trend for the markets next week. As you said, it is a shorter one, but yes, Infosys and TCS, two major index heavyweights, plus the big playboys of the IT sector, which will set the trend. So earnings is what we're going to be watching out for. But that's all for this week. We'll see you again on Monday at 3:45 p.m.